Love Island USA Season 7 Episode 30 was, I was so incredibly bored the entire episode. I just didn't care. I really did not care. We knew that Elan wasn't going to be picked. We knew that Zach wasn't going to be picked. We knew that Olandria was going to save Nick. We knew, like, it just was so incredibly predictable. There were a few moments, and we'll go over those, but outside of that, I was just like, what are we doing here? What is this season? Genuinely, I'm so over it. Ugh. This is Live Lie Sometimes. I cover reality TV, drama, and everything in between. So if that is something you're into, please subscribe. I am just building my channel up here on YouTube, and the more the merrier. I love all, I think, 7 of my subscribers. You guys are the best. You guys are the real ones. But if you're interested in that type of stuff, you like this video, please subscribe. And also, if you like the video, please give it a like, as it really does help to push my channel out to new people. So let's get into it. First, we have Cierra has left the building. Thank goodness. I made a video being like, all right, if you're gonna have Yulissa sent off because of a slur, then Cierra's gotta go too. I don't give a shit if people don't think it holds the same weight as other slurs. It is a slur and it should not be used. Period. So I was very happy to see Cierra go. Unfortunately, with her gone, it just changed the entire dynamic. It changed, like, the feeling. You could tell it was like a dark mood over the entire island, right? Now, do I think people actually cared that she was gone? No, but you could still feel this, like, there was a hole where she was at, you know? And that is production's fault. Did she need to go? Yes. Am I glad she's gone? Yes. But this is production's fault. We should not have an islander leaving the island a week before the finale because they missed something so glaring when doing a background check on someone. Like, what is going on? Genuinely. How did they miss Yulissa? That one was insane to miss. But on top of that, how did you miss Cierra doing that twice? Or did you just not think people would care? It just, again, it really made the episode weird, and it just felt like something was off. And not that I think that Cierra brought a whole lot to the table, but she was a narrator. She did further the plot. She was one of the only strong couples. Like, they should have done their research and this wouldn't have happened. We would have someone still there who was meant to be there, whoever that person would have been. The way that Zach was, like, pining after Amaya and pining after Olandria during this episode just showed me, and should show America, how fake that man is. Like, I saw it from day one after Amaya kissed him and he sat there like this. Why act like you like someone after that interaction? Like, he clearly was like, oh, like, and then now he's like Amaya's biggest fan and just thinks she's the coolest girl and this, that, and the other thing, and sees potential with Olandria and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, there is no spark between him and Olandria. Let's be honest here. Secondly, the way that he is sucking up to Amaya, he is only doing that because he knows that America loves Amaya and he did her dirty. He attacked her. He jumped on when 2 other men had already attacked her. Like, he's only doing it to save face and so that his time outside of the villa is better received. Like, bro, again, as I said yesterday, get off my TV. Bye-bye. See you later. Ain't gonna miss ya. Ace bringing up to Chelley that he could see something between Nick and Olandria. You know, ever since that, you know, Cierra's been gone a whole, 4 hours? He has, like, noticed them, like, checking each other out. That convo told me 2 things. 1, Ace wants it to be him, Nick, and Taylor in the final 3. He wants that because he believes, and he's not wrong, he believes that if it's those 3, him and Chelley would win. Now, he has no idea that there's a NicOlandria whole, you know, craziness out there. But in his mind, from what he sees and what he believes, that's what he thinks. He thinks, okay, if I can get Nick and Taylor as my men back on track to the final 3, me and Chelley have a really good chance of winning this. He's wrong there. But I also wanted to point out Chelley's reaction to Ace bringing up Nick and Olandria and how he could see it and how he thought it was going to be cute. Chelley's face and Chelley's answer told me everything I need to know. Chelley and Olandria are incredibly close. And Chelley reacted like there's no way that she is not into that man. That is what it gave. When Ace brought it up, this was Chelley's face. When Ace kept going, Chelley was like, I mean, I guess we'll see, I guess. That is Olandria's best friend on the show. If Chelley is like, then it's not real if Olandria acts like she likes Nick. It just isn't. I'm sorry. Her best friend knows, like, Because either Olandria was like, what the hell, when Nick came to her and was like, yeah, you know, I wasn't really into it. Even though he let Olandria speak first, it was clear what that conversation was for. So maybe Olandria went to Chelley and was like, F that man for that, you know, but I'll still be friends with him, but like, screw him. Or Olandria was like, that kiss was awful. You know, it's just, or Olandria is like, I would never, you know. The way that Chelley reacted to Ace saying that told me everything I need to know, that NicOlandria is not a thing. We'll get into that more in a minute. Nick and Olandria's talk before and after the recoupling was so bland and lacking anything. That man is using her. People are trying to say that she's the one that's using him. Guys, no. That man is using her. That man has had no intention of being with her until his woman left 4 hours ago. If I was Olandria, I'd be looking at him sideways. Like, you got over her that quick? Weird. During the recoupling, I literally was sitting there like, okay, we have like 10 minutes left. Like, are we going to have a big twist? Are we going to have a random bombshell? Like, what's going to happen here? I was like, this episode's been so boring and so rushed. Like, I feel like something good's going to happen. And then I hear the voiceover, NicOlandria, blah, blah, blah. So they meet up again and they're talking again and no spark there again. Like, at all, y'all. I'm sorry. There's nothing there. It drove me crazy when Olandria was like, you know, I mean, maybe it is fate because, like, we keep meeting like this. We keep meeting like this. Production has made you meet like this. This is not a coincidence. Production is doing this. Like, at this point, I'm genuinely like, are y'all production plants at this point? Like, Nick, I kind of wonder if he's always been a production plant, but now I kind of wonder if when they sent Nick and Olandria home but then kept them, I kind of feel like production had a conversation with them like, okay, we're going to keep you, but only for this. Genuinely, because in my opinion, the spark ain't there. That man's lying. You can tell when he's lying. He is lying when he is speaking to her. And the whole, well, this just keeps happening. No, you guys keep getting put in this position by production. Like, I just cannot be a NicOlandria stan. I just can't, because it's fake. It's fake. If you guys love Olandria and you want her to win and that's why you're like standing it, cool. But that is not real, in my opinion. One other part that I thought was a little bit weird in this episode was I did get a little bit of flashbacks to Huda. Obviously she did nothing like crazy in this episode, but there was a few moments where I was like, ooh, for instance, when she was talking with Chris and she goes, you know, I'm just so surprised that none of the boys have pulled me for a talk. And he was like, well, why would they? And she was like, well, I mean, we're not closed. That statement, that whole mini part of their conversation was her either wanting to close it off or her trying to like make it known to him like, hey, I still want to talk to other guys. Like, it seemed like a manipulative approach to either getting his attention, letting him know that he's, you know, not closed off, or because she wants to be closed off and she hoped that would do that. It was just very manipulative and I did not like it. And I love Huda and him together. Genuinely, I think he brings out the best in her, but it just set off like a moment where I was like, Huda, And then there was another moment too. It was during the recoupling. I can't remember exactly what happened. I think it was when he was like, that was a really nice speech. And she was like, okay, like, she was being like combative, but not necessarily in a flirty way. It was a little bit reminiscent of previous times with a previous person. So that gave me a little bit of pause. I love them two together. Like I said, I do think that Chris has such a calming aura. They look great together. They seem very good together. They seem to bring out good in each other. But I did see there's just a few moments in last night's episode where I was like, ugh, what's going on there? Here's hoping that that's not the case. Lastly, I want to talk about Amaya and Brian. And this is going to be another unpopular. This is just a video of this is just an unpopular opinion video here, guys. Sorry for that. I love Amaya and I am cool. I've made a video saying like, you know, we should just, whoever Amaya picks, let's just send them to the end. Like, let's just make her win because she deserves it. She's a sweetheart. She has a great heart. She's the only one that seems to actually be there for love. I do think Huda's there for love too, but either way, I worry about Brian and Amaya because one, we know that Brian literally hopped from girl to girl to girl, Amaya being the last girl. So we know that. That's a little bit, it is Love Island. It is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to explore. But it just was a little bit, it could come off as opportunistic. But on top of that, I just think there's going to be so much pressure on that relationship considering there's a week left. So much pressure on that relationship if they do win and then come out into the real world. That's a lot. They've only been really together. They'll only have been together for a week when the finale is over. That's a lot for a brand new couple, and that makes me worried that it might force a relationship that's not supposed to happen in the real world. That is a concern I have for Amaya. I just worry that because the brand deals are going to be there for them as a couple. There's, you know, the America's going to love Brian as long as he's in the couple. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot of pressure. And I worry that could make people move in bad ways to just keep that coming. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. So that really worries me. And that is just what my concern for Amaya. And I hope that we've seen her discernment growing. We've seen it growing over the season. Like, it was very much not being used in the beginning, but now it's being used. So I hope her discernment is in good shape and it continues to be in good shape once she gets out of the villa, because there's going to be a lot of room for nonsense. So I hope Brian is who he says he is. Yeah. Again, I thought that episode 30 of Love Island USA season 7 was incredibly boring, incredibly rushed, incredibly forced. This season is just so ingenuine, and they're going to have to do a lot to change the formula to make it work next season. Like, they literally had, this was unrecognizable. There was no movie night. There was no real hideaway. Like, the hideaway is meant for the couples that are getting along the best to go and like do what they gotta do. So much missing. Casa. What was Casa this season? It was bullshit. They need to go back to the formula that works. They need to bring people onto the show who are not influencers, that are not famous. Like, because if you look back, even though Rob was a fan favorite, Rob was big on TikTok, and Rob did move weird on Love Island USA season 6. Let's be honest. He could have left with Andrea? Why can't I think of her name? He could have left with her, but he didn't. And then he just was there. And he was just there to be on screen longer. There was no purpose for him at that point. After Andrea? I don't know. After she left, what was the purpose of Rob being there? Just to sulk? Just to take advantage of the new bombshells? Just to waste a spot? Like, it was pointless. And he was an influencer. Stop with the influencers. It doesn't work. We've seen that it doesn't work. Love Island USA, hire me. I will find you a cast who doesn't have a messed up past, who isn't an influencer, and who are good people looking for love that are hot. Give me that job. Only pay me if I bring you the people. Genuinely. Only pay me if I bring you the people like a headhunter. I will do that job. Give me the job. I will do it for you, and I will do a 1,000 times better job than what happened this season. Genuinely. They got lazy and they went for people who already had followings. I don't know how this season's gonna end. I just don't know if I care anymore. The people that are left are so... bleh. I'm over it, kind of, you know? Like, at least last year we had, like, Nicole being back and forth, and this, you know, like, we had relationships still forming, and it was cute and sexy and fun and silly. And what is this season? I could go on for the next like 48 hours talking about this season. They really messed it up this year. Do I think the fans had a part in that? Absolutely. But casting is where they really messed up. 100%. Those are all of my thoughts. If you like this video, please give it a like. I'm also just building my account up here on YouTube, so if you are into drama, reality TV, and everything in between, please give me a follow, as it really would be great, and I'd love to build my account on here. I think I have like 8 friends on here, so, and I love you, all 8 of you. Mwah. That's it for today, and I will see you in the next one.